Welcome to a noble society of young urban entrepreneurs sharing knowledge and building wealth. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
The hustle is in your bones. It runs through your veins. It's that ambition to do more, become more. You can feel it. You know you have what it takes. You know you can build a life you've been dreaming of. It's time you live up to your potential. Welcome to the League of Hustlers.
Welcome back to the League of Hustlers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your co-host HT.
And I'm CD Barnes.
And this is the League of Hustlers. You know how we do. Pull up a seat to the round table. Welcome. In this episode, we wanted to talk about and discuss something that is going to take you from where you are and put you on the fast track to success. The fast track to success. And what we're going to cover three main things, right? And it's about having a purpose, tying your actions to that purpose, and then doing everything that you do with intensity and passion because of that purpose. And what this is going to do is put you on that fast track to success, right? So, first off, you have to have a purpose, right? You have to have a purpose. Super important, okay? In order to reach a specific goal, you have to have a purpose for that goal. So what's your purpose? Why are you doing what you're doing? What's that burning desire that you have? What's that one thing that you want to accomplish? And actually, it doesn't even have to be just one. But what is it? What's that thing that you just have to accomplish? That you just, like you feel it in your gut, right? And why? Why are you doing it? What's that burning desire that you have? So you got to figure that out first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Take your time doing that when you do it, but don't take too much time. What bothers me about purpose is that a lot of people feel like, man, I can't find my purpose. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or this or that. It's like your purpose is what you say it is. It's what you decide. It's what you decide that drives you. Why you do what you do on a day-to-day basis. You can tie it to, it could be your family.
Simple.
It could be your loved ones.
Simple.
It could be a goal that you want to reach. It could be a record that you want to break, a stat that you want to have, a certificate, a plaque that you want to get. It could be anything. It could be something for yourself. It could be involving other people. And it can change, all right? So don't get too caught. It's very important, but don't spend the rest of your life trying to identify your purpose, okay? Just sit down, get some clarity, go through these things, and just figure out, okay, what I'm going to focus on as my purpose today, now, for the next 5 years. That purpose may change, but for now, find your purpose and get to it.
And the quickest way to find your purpose is to just choose one. That's the thing, right? So often we make having a purpose or finding, quote unquote, finding a purpose like this big monumental thing that you have to go to the desert for 40 days and 40 nights to figure out. It's really not that complex, right? And actually, what we have coming up in the next month or so is that we're going to be kicking off season 2, baby. Season 2. Mm-hmm. And in season 2, we're going to introduce a book club, right? And we're thinking about calling it the Stack and Flip Book Club. Okay, because we're going to stack those books and flip them pages, all right? But in the book club, we're going to cover things such as like finding your purpose and vision and stuff like that. But along with that, I have a product called Before You Jump. It's a book and workbook that goes along with it. And within that, I'll show you how to gain clarity on finding your purpose, right? So if you're one of those type of people that needs, some type of structure That's what this is going to do. It's going to actually walk you through finding your purpose, right? Because you don't want to just choose any purpose, granted, but you don't want to get hung up on it either. And that's the point that we want to make here. So number one, you're going to have a purpose, right? To get on the fast track to success, you have to have a purpose. You hear it from all of the top leaders. Name them. I promise you, that's one of the main things that they're going to say. I promise you. Having a purpose.
Yeah, a lot of them use it. They term it as your why.
There you
But what
go.
they're talking about is that purpose. The reason why you're doing what you're doing.
That burning desire. What is it? Is it? Let's give some examples, right? Is it to put your kids through school? Is it to is it for your mom? Right? A lot of, athletes, they'll say, as soon as they make it, oh, mama, I made it. We're going to Disneyland, or I bought my mama a house, I bought my mama a car. You know what I mean? And don't think that you only have to have one either, right? You can have multiple purposes. Okay. But it's just something, right? A burning desire that you have, right? And what's the reason behind that burning desire? Okay. So number one, you have to have a purpose. Number two, you want to tie every single action that you do to that purpose. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're, whatever it is. I don't care if you're sweeping floors. Tie that action to your purpose. Do every single thing that you do with your purpose in mind. Every single thing that you do it with your purpose in mind. It can be, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. I can't stress this enough. But tie your actions to your purpose. Let's give some examples.
Yeah, so basically it could be anything. Like, we were talking earlier and we were saying, hey, look, if you're sweeping the floor at your job is to sweep the floor. And let's say your purpose is, I want to own my own establishment, my own business one day. While you're sweeping the floor at whatever career or job that you have now, just tie it to that goal and that purpose. Like, hey, listen, I'm sweeping the floor, but you know what? I'm going to do it well, because when I have my own place, I would want it to be done this way. This is the type of stuff this is the type of stuff I'm going to be doing there. If you working, if your purpose is to start a restaurant and right now you working at McDonald's, while you were in there, go in there with the mind frame of learning everything you can about the restaurant business, so that you can then put yourself in a better situation when you actually start your restaurant.
There you go.
Just stuff like that. Being able to relate everything you're doing to your purpose. And that goes back to having the proper perspective when you're doing things, because you can tie everything to your purpose. And basically it's just using like stepping stones. Find a way to make it a stepping stone that leads towards your goal. And that's what we mean by tying your actions to your purpose. Find ways to use them as stepping stones to propel you towards your goal. Very important.
That's a major key, as DJ Khaled would say. That's a major key right there. But why?
Right.
Why should you do that? Because it is. Every action that we take, think about this. Like, really think about this though. Every action that we take is leading us, it's a step closer to the goal. It doesn't matter what action it is, right? In our lives, right? In your life, every action that you make, if you have this end goal, right, that you know you're going to reach, it's just you in the future, right? But it's still you. So you're here, and then your future self is there. Everything that you do from this point to that future point is you doing it. So everything that you do in between here and there, do it with your purpose in mind. You see how that works? So every single action, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're doing numbers, if you're sweeping floors, if you're, picking your kids up from work, if you're, having a conversation with whoever about whatever, do it with your purpose in mind. I can't stress this enough. And I feel like we just need to give more examples of this, because it's like every single action that you take, if you have your purpose in mind, the quicker that purpose will come. It'll come quicker. Why? Because you're doing stuff in line with that purpose. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's like you're on a yeah, it's like you're on a journey, you know what I mean? And as long as you're tying your actions and making sure they are in proper direction
Right.
towards that goal, you're getting closer to your goal. And this is also important because if you're doing something and you can't relate how this thing ties into your purpose, you don't need to be doing it.
Right.
Then you're off track. That's another component to, you're taking an inefficient action at this moment. If you can't tie what you're doing
Yeah.
into your goal, then you need to stop doing that thing. Or if you can't stop, if it is a part of your job or something like that, then you need to, just do what you can to the best of your ability, you know what I mean, until you completely fill that particular space. And then you will be moved into the next step. But if you're just off out of bounds doing things on your own, you can't tie this type of activity to your purpose, then you probably don't need to be doing it.
Right. That's major. And that's a way to decide, if you're evaluating opportunities, right? You get this new opportunity, this new, someone runs an idea by you. That's a good, quick way to evaluate it. Is it in line with your purpose? Right? Will this get you closer to your purpose? If it doesn't, turn it down. If it's in line with
Right.
it, then, move forward with analyzing the situation. But immediately, if it's not in line with your purpose, turn it down. Right? If it's not going to get you closer to your purpose, turn it down. Be mindful though, because some things, some opportunities come in different, shapes and sizes, right? But for the general rule, if it's something totally against your purpose, turn it down. Turn it down. Right? But tie everything you do, every action that you make, tie it to your purpose. That's going to put you on the fast track again, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the third and final component to this is to do the action with extreme intensity.
With
So
what?
once you're taking the extreme intensity,
How extreme?
all right, with extreme intensity, be passionate about what you're doing. Be
Woo!
excited because you know that this right here is getting you closer to reaching your goal. It's getting
Woo!
closer to that purpose. So it automatically should invoke some sense of excitement or passion about the activity. And that's the other reason why it's very important to tie those actions to your purpose. While you're taking that action and you've tied it to your purpose, it should bring up feelings of excitement. You should be like eager to do it and learn more or get better at it or whatever it is,
Wow.
because it's bringing you closer to the completion of that goal.
Notice how that works. You see how all that ties together? Notice how that works. So now we've identified a purpose, right? And everything we're doing with that purpose in mind. And then thirdly, we're doing it with extreme passion, with extreme intensity. It has to be put on the fast track. It has to. That's how the universe works. It has to. It has no other choice to. And so you're doing stuff with intensity. You're doing it with passion. You have that excitement about it. Everything around you, people, places, things, everything around you is going to start reacting to that. People are going to see you and see how you're moving, right? And even though you may be sweeping floors, it's been so many situations like that, bro. So many success stories have started with people sweeping floors or in a mailroom or in some, menial or doing some menial task, and someone saw potential in that person. And they say, you know what? Like this guy,
Right.
he's sweeping the floor with a good attitude. or he's stacking stuff in
Right.
envelopes with a good attitude. Let me move him up to, to the first floor. Let me get him out the basement and move him up to the first floor, third floor, fifth floor. Before you know it, you got a corner office at the top, right? So you do these tasks, every single task, and you do it with intense passion, with intensity, right? Why? Because like CD said, that it's getting you closer to your purpose. You know it. That's where the faith comes in. And you just go after it. You hammer that mug in, and you do it with a great attitude. You do it with passion. Why? Because it's getting you that much closer to your purpose, to that burning desire.
That's beautiful, man.
It's beautiful. That's how it works, man.
Yeah, just like that. Let's get to the challenge.
Hold on. You say what? You ready for the challenge?
That's the challenge.
Already?
Gotta get to the challenge, man. We need to be taking action. We giving them enough.
Yeah.
Let's get to the challenge.
With every episode, we're not just a regular podcast where we talk your head off. We're going to give you a challenge, actionable steps to take to get you closer to your goals, closer to success. And this episode is all about being on the fast track to success. So let's go. Let's go. What's the challenge? You ready? You feel it? Let's get to it. Challenge.
First things first, identify your purpose. All right. If you need to, rewind this episode, get back to the beginning. We discussed that, give you some ideas, but identify your purpose. Find the thing that drives you. Find something you could be passionate about. Find something that moves you. Find something that just pushes you in a direction that you need to go. All right. It could be a goal. It could be family related. It could be health related. It could be career related.
Yeah.
But find something that moves you. It could be an educational goal. Just find your purpose and don't spend too much time on this. You need to think about it because it's important. But don't make this a lifelong journey, okay? This is something you could do today. This is something you could do right now and make a commitment. Make a commitment on the completion. Make a commitment to the fulfillment of this purpose. Once you find it, commit to it. And then after that, you're gonna start taking action, and every action you take, you're gonna tie it to this purpose, and it will be fulfilled. That's the way things work. All right, that's your challenge. Find your purpose and start taking actions and make it happen.
And one last piece, don't forget to do it with intensity, and don't forget to do it with passion. Know that every action that you take is leading you to your purpose. Yo, what's up? Have you ever thought about starting a podcast and making money off of it? Well, Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it's free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. And in fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Just go to anchor.fm/start and go and get it. Yo, thanks for listening to this episode of the League of Hustlers podcast. We just wanted to remind you to subscribe, share, like, favorite, whatever you need to do to stay plugged in. It's a motivational podcast for the go-getters and the heavy hitters. What's happening? Stay in touch. And if you have any needs, hit us up at questions@leagueofhustlers.com. Also, check out the website, leagueofhustlers.com. It's a cool vlog of motivational videos. We're all about that motivation. You know the drill. Now go get it.
You can do this. You are unstoppable. You are confident. There is no one like you. Nothing can slow you down. You are worthy. You are special. You know no limits. You are successful. You are prosperous. You are focused. You are funny. You are fly. You are driven. You are amazing. You attract great opportunities. You are surrounded by abundance. You achieve all your goals. You hustle, you endure, you triumph.